Hello and welcome to 1969 baseball. The Cubs and Mets are going to face off for Game 2 of a 4-game series here at Wrigley Field. On this beautiful Saturday afternoon, the Cubs are trying to bounce back from a shutout loss to Tom Seaver in yesterday's game. Today, on the mound, we are going to see the Cubs sending Ferguson Jenkins out to pitch. He is making start number 6 with an 0-2 record, 4.41 ERA, and a 0.98 whip. Jenkins will be supported by a lineup of Gar, Beckert, Williams, Santo, Hundley, Blomberg, Banks, Kessinger, and the pitcher of Jenkins batting ninth. On the Mets side of the ledger, we see Jim McAndrew making the start. He is making start number 5 with a 2-2 record, 5.33 ERA, and a 1.66 whip. The Mets lineup will include A.G. Boswell, Shamsky, Jones, Otis, Harrelson, Grote, Heiss, and McAndrew batting ninth. McAndrew was knocked around by the Cubs last week in Shea Stadium. Cubs certainly hoping to do the same thing again today. It is 57 degrees and the wind is blowing out to right at 10 mph. And it is time to get this game underway. The Cubs heading out to take the field. Fergie Jenkins making his warm-up pitches. As we see the Cubs defensive alignment out here taking their positions. The Cubs are coming into this game with a 10-15 record. New York one game ahead at 11-14. So the Cubs trying to improve their standing here in the month of May, facing off with the team directly ahead of them. The wind blowing out today may be favorable for some home run hitting. We'll see what happens. Jenkins with the pitch. There's a pop-up on the infield. Kessinger making the catch with 1 foot in the grass for out number 1. Boswell now batting with 1 out and nobody on. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Boswell. Jenkins delivers, and he hits him in the knee. So Boswell heads down to first. He takes his base. And that will bring up Shamsky with 1 out and 1 man on. Here's a 1-2 pitch, and Shamsky grounds to Santo. The throw to second, the relay to first, and that is a 5-4-3 double play. Cubs defense looking sharp here in the early going. We head down to the bottom of the first of a 0-0 ball game. Gar facing McAndrew here in the bottom of the first. 1-1 count. Center fielder Gar waiting for the pitch. McAndrew delivering, and there's a liner into right field. That will be a leadoff single for Gar. He's going to make a big turn, but stop at first. Bringing up now Beckert with nobody out, runner on first. Be looking for an opportunity to steal here, maybe with the very first pitch. We'll see what happens. Gar getting the green light. He takes off for second. He slides, and he is safe. So strike 1 is thrown to Beckert. However, Gar now has 11 stolen bases on the season. Switch this back over to 1-pitch mode, and now we're going to see Beckert waiting for the 0-2 pitch, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Beckert heads back to the dugout. Fooled him with the changeup right there. However, that brings up Billy Williams with 1 out, 1 man on, 1-2 the count, and Williams popping it up on the infield. Third baseman in foul territory making the catch for out number 2. Santo now the Cubs' next opportunity to drive in the run with 2 outs. Runner in scoring position. Here is a full count to Santo, and he grounds it to third. Thrown over to first, and Santos retired easily to end the inning. So the Cubs strand a runner. We're going to the top of the second of a 0-0 ball game. We just finished the bottom of the first. Top of the second now, Cleon Jones is the batter for the Mets. Facing Jenkins, nobody out, nobody on. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Ferguson Jenkins with the strikeout on the sinker. And that is his first strikeout of the game. It brings up Amos Otis. 1 out, nobody on. 1-2 the count. Otis waiting for the pitch. Lined into center field, that will be a single. Otis has the first base hit for the Mets here in the top of the second inning. And now with a runner on first and Harrelson the batter, the Mets looking to steal. The throw goes down to second. The throw is, it's late and it goes into center field. Hundley throws it away. And the runner is going to advance all the way to third. So the defensive miscue there cost the Cubs a base, as Amos Otis is now standing on third. Mets trying to break through here in the top of the second inning. 2-1 pitch. Harrelson waiting. Here it comes. Grounder to first. Banks has it. Steps on the base after looking the runner back. That is out number 2. So the run does not score, and now Jerry Grote is the batter with 2 outs. Runner still on third. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Grote. And a liner into right center field, heading over. Oh, and making the diving catch is Gar. Wow, nice defensive play. Gar makes the catch to end the inning, saving a run. We're going down to the bottom of the second inning. It's still all zeros here in Chicago. Hundley facing McAndrew in the bottom of the second inning. 2-2 count. Hundley looking to atone for his error, and he drives one down the right field line. That's going to be extra bases. The throw goes to second, the slide, and Hundley is safe with a lead-off double. So Hundley delivering a base hit for the Cubs. He's in scoring position now as the right fielder Blomberg comes up. Nobody out, one man on. Blomberg facing McAndrew with a 1-strike count. Here's the pitch. Grounder to first. Hundley is going to advance over to third as the first baseman Shamsky fields it and steps on the base for out number 1. Ernie Banks now the batter, looking to drive in the run. Runner 90 feet away. Actually more like 70 feet away. He's got a big lead over there at first. Banks waiting for the 1-strike pitch. And it gets away. Hundley is racing home, except he can't really race anybody. But he does beat the throw as he slides in safely. And the Cubs score the first run of the ball game on the McAndrew wild pitch. Banks now batting with a 1-1 count, 1 out, nobody on, 1 run already in. And there's a liner into center field. That's a base hit. Well, Banks is thinking to himself, gosh, that wild pitch cost me an RBI, but so be it. Cubs have a 1-0 lead. Banks is on first with a 1-out single, and now Kessinger is the batter. Bottom of the second inning, 1-strike count. Kessinger waiting for the pitch. Grounder up the middle. Shortstop has it. Throws over to first. That's going to be out number 2. Banks easily advances over to second, and that'll bring up the pitcher Ferguson Jenkins. 2 outs, runner on second. 1-2 the count, and Jenkins pops it up. Center field, going over and making the catch is Agee to end the inning. The Cubs score once on the wild pitch. We go to the top of the third of a 1-0 ball game. Heiss now facing Jenkins, leading off for the Mets in the top of the third inning. Jenkins allowing the single right up the middle on the first pitch. That is a leadoff single for Heiss, and that will bring up the pitcher McAndrew. Looking like a sacrifice situation right here. He lays down a bunt on the first pitch, comes right back to Jenkins. Flipping it over to first, that will retire the batter for the first out of the inning. The runner Heiss advances to second on the sacrifice, and that'll bring up Agee. Jenkins trying to protect the 1-run lead, top of the third inning, 2-2 count. Strike 3 is called. He fires a sinker in there, catches the knees, and that is going to be out number 2, strikeout number 2, and now Boswell's the batter. Runner still on second, 2 outs, 1 ball count. Boswell waiting for the pitch, grounder over to second. Beckert picks it up, throws to first, and that will end the inning. So the Mets strand a runner. We're going to the bottom of the third of a 1-0 ball game. Gar leading off for the Cubs in the bottom of the third inning. He is 1 for 1 today, waiting for the 1 ball count and the pitch. And Gar slaps it on the ground towards second. Picked up and thrown over first, and even the speedy Gar can't beat that one out. That is out number 1. Beckert now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Here's a 1-strike pitch to Glenn Beckert. And he lines that one into center. The center fielder, Agee, barely moves. Oh, but it goes over his head. It goes over his head. The wind played tricks on him out there. And Beckert is going to be safe at second, I believe, with an error. No, they're calling that a 2-base hit. They're saying that's a double. Well, Agee certainly made a mockery of that play. So now Billy Williams is the batter with 1 out. The runner on second. Cubs looking for an insurance run. There's a liner. Left field, going back to the warning track, and the catch is made. The runner on second is going to tag up and go to third as the Left fielder Jones made the catch with his back to the infield. Beckert tags up and advances easily. That brings up Ron Santo with 2 outs. The runner is on third. Here's a 1-ball pitch to Santo, and he's going to pop that one up to right. This will probably be the 3rd out of the inning as Otis makes the catch, and that will retire the side. The Cubs strand a runner. We're going to the top of the 4th of a 1-0 ball game. Jenkins facing Art Shamsky here in the top of the 4th inning. Full count, Jenkins with the pitch. Popped up left side, Santo going over, calls off Kessinger. He makes the catch for out number 1. Cleon Jones now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Here's a 1-strike pitch to Cleon Jones and a pop up to center fielder. Coming in is Gar on the run. He makes the catch. This time he stays on his feet, and that is out number 2. Amos Otis now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Jenkins working with a 2-2 count. And there is strike 3 called on the check swing. So, the Mets retired in order. Jenkins records another strikeout. We're going to the bottom of the 4th of a 1-0 ball game. Randy Hundley facing McAndrew here in the bottom of the 4th. Hundley 1 for 1 today. Waiting for the 3-0 pitch. McAndrew delivering. Way inside, that is ball 4. As Randy Hundley shows a good eye taking the 4-pitch walk. And now Blomberg the batter with nobody out, runner on first. Here's the 1-ball pitch to Blomberg, and he grounds it up the middle. Shortstop has it, flips to second, but Hundley breaks up the double play, so there will be no relay to first. And now the Cubs have a runner on first and 1 out. Ernie Banks is the next batter. He is 1 for 1 today. Facing off with McAndrew with a 1-ball count. And Banks pops it up down the left field line very high. The left fielder, Jones, is going to make that catch for out number 2. The runner on first remains as he is unable to tag up in advance. Bringing up Kessinger now, 2 outs, 1 man on. Kessinger waiting for the first pitch. That is an outside for ball 4, or ball 1. That was actually a pitch out. And the catcher decides to throw it down to first anyway, see if he can pick him off. That is not the case. Blomberg, alert over there at first, dives back to the base. So Kessinger now waiting for the full count pitch. And there's a grounder towards second. Picked up and thrown over to first. That will end the inning. Well, the Cubs strand a runner. We're going to the top of the 5th of a 1-0 ball game. Harrelson facing Ferguson Jenkins here in the top of the 5th inning. 1-2 is the count. Jenkins blows that sinker by him. That is strike 3. So 4 strikeouts on the day for Fergie Jenkins. That brings up Jerry Grote. With 1 out, nobody on. 1-2 is the count, and Jenkins gives up the line drive to right. Grote is going to have a 1-out single as he stops at first with a base hit. Heiss now the batter, 1 out, runner on first. Full count pitch to Heiss, and a check swing. Oh, ball 4 is awarded. That is a walk. Jenkins not happy about him. He thought he had strike 3 on that full count fastball. And now the pitcher, McAndrew, is the batter. With 1 out, runners on first and second. Jenkins, in his first real jam of the game right here, going to have to navigate this situation, try to not allow the run to score. The bunt is laid down. Jenkins has it. He throws to first. That is the 2nd out of the inning. The runners advance to second and third. And now the top of the Mets lineup is coming to the plate. This is going to be Tommy Agee, 0 for 2 today against Jenkins. Tying run on third. Go-ahead run on second. Top of the 5th inning. 2-0 count. Jenkins with the pitch. And a pop-up on the infield. That should get it done. Beckert calls for it. He makes the catch to end the inning. So we're going now to the bottom of the 5th. Jenkins escapes the jam. It is still 1-0 Chicago. Jenkins now leading off for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 1 strike count. Jenkins waiting for the pitch. And he grounds it right in front of the plate. The catcher pops up, throws to first. That is out number 1. Gar now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Here's a 1-strike pitch to Gar. And he's going to pop that one up to right. Coming in is the right fielder. And Otis will make the catch on the run for out number 2. Beckert now the batter, 1 for 2 today. Facing McAndrew with 2 outs and nobody on. Here's a 2-0 pitch to Glenn Beckert. And a grounder towards short. Picked up and thrown over to first to end the inning. The Cubs do not score. They're retired in order. We're going to the top of the 6th of a 1-0 ball game. Jenkins coming out for inning of work number 6. He is going to face the 2, 3, and 4 batters in the Mets lineup. Here's an 0-2 pitch from Ferguson Jenkins. Boswell waiting. Liner past the third baseman into left field. That one's going all the way to the wall. Billy Williams chasing down in the corner. Extra bases for Boswell as he rounds first heading into second. He slides in safely with a leadoff double. Jenkins, I'm sure, wishes he had that pitch back. He had him 0-2 and couldn't get the strikeout recorded. So now Jenkins is going to face Shamsky with nobody out, tying run in scoring position. Here's a full count pitch to Shamsky. And that is outside for ball 4. Even Jenkins can't complain about that one. It was over the right-handed batter's box. So now Cleon Jones is the batter. Jones is 0 for 2 today, but he is, so far this season, easily the dangerous batter in the Mets lineup. So he's going to face Jenkins with nobody out, runners on first and second. The Cubs are going to need to get a reliever up if this starts to go south. Hamilton is going to be the reliever of choice for this particular situation. Jones facing Jenkins with a 2-2 count. And a liner past the shortstop into left field. Williams has it. He throws home. The runner's coming home. The slide and the run is safe. So the Mets have just tied this game at 1 off of the bat of an RBI single from Cleon Jones. Now, Jenkins facing Amos Otis. With nobody out, runners still on first and second in the top of the 6th inning. Here's a 1-2 count, and the ball gets away. That's going to be a wild pitch on Ferguson Jenkins as the runners advance to second and third, still with nobody out. We're going to visit the mound and try to calm Jenkins down. He says, I've got plenty left in the tank, which is fine, but Hamilton is ready to come in. So Jenkins is going to face Otis, and then we'll see what happens next here. 2-2 count. Amos Otis waiting for the pitch. And that's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So he reaches back and throws that fastball past him at 94. That's probably the fastest pitch we've seen in this game. Harrelson now batting against Jenkins. Harrelson is 0 for 2 today. Hamilton is ready in the Cubs bullpen. And Jenkins, what are we going to do here? We don't really need to, I don't want to walk Harrelson. I'd like to have Jenkins face Harrelson and then walk Grote to load the bases, I think. Well, we'll see what happens. Jenkins is going to face Harrelson. He's got him 0 for 2 on the day. Here's a 1-ball count. The infield's still drawn in, and there's a pop-up on the infield. Shortstop Kessinger comes over. He has it. He makes the play for the second out of the inning. So now we are going to, well, Hamilton needs to sit down so he doesn't get tired. We're going to intentionally walk Grote, put him on first, and that will bring up the next batter, which is Heiss. Heiss also 1 for 1 today. And now we're going to, this is the situation where we're going to bring in the reliever. So we are going to go to the bullpen, signaling for the lefty Hamilton. And he is going to be brought in to pitch here in the 6th inning for Ferguson Jenkins. Hamilton, the lefty, has thrown 6 innings, walked 2, struck out 5, and has an ERA of exactly 3. So Hamilton facing Heiss with the bases loaded, 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning. Hamilton working. Here is the first pitch. The infield is now back. Hamilton looking for the sign, and he fires the pitch. And there's a grounder towards short. Kessinger has it, throws over to first, and that will end the inning. So Hamilton gets the job done. The bases are left loaded. The Mets do score 1 to tie the game. We're going to the bottom of the 6th now for a 1-1 ball game. So 1 run is not going to win this game. Billy Williams is going to face McAndrew here in the bottom of the 6th. 2-2 count. Williams swinging and missing for strike 3. That was a fastball up, and Williams could not catch up with it. Ron Santo now the batter with 1 out and nobody on. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Ron Santo. And he lines that one over the third baseman's head down in the left field corner. Santo's going to have extra bases, rounding first, heading for second. He is going to slide in with a double. So Ron Santo with the 1-out double is now in scoring position. He would be the go-ahead run for the Cubs, and Randy Hundley is the next batter. Hundley facing McAndrew. He is 1 for 1 today, waiting for the 2-1 pitch. And he grounds that one over to first. This is going to act like a sacrifice. Oh, and Hundley's going to beat it out. Hundley, with a rare display of speed, beats out an infield single. And now the Cubs have runners on the corners and only 1 out. Blomberg now the batter. 1 out, 2 men on. Tie ball game, bottom of the 6th inning. 1-2 is the count. And Blomberg pops it up to short right field. That's not going to be deep enough. The second baseman goes out. Boswell catches it in short right field for out number 2. And now Ernie Banks is the batter. He is 1 for 2 today. Coming up with 2 outs. The go-ahead run 90 feet away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1 ball count. Banks waiting for the pitch. And he pops it up deeper to right, but also not going to work as the right fielder, Otis, makes the catch to end the inning. We're going to the top of the 7th. It's still a 1-1 ball game. Hamilton is going to face the pitcher, McAndrew, to lead off the top of the 7th inning for the Mets. 0-2 count. Hamilton looking for the sign. And here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Hamilton gets him with the sinker. And that'll bring up Agee with 1 out, nobody on. Here is the first pitch to Tommy Agee. And there's a liner into right field. That's going to be a base hit. Agee rounding first, heading for second. Blomberg gets the throw back into the relay to the cutoff quickly. But Agee slides into second safely with a double. And now, well, so Hamilton is going to face these next 2 lefties. However, if it goes past that, if for some reason that we get to Cleon Jones in this inning, we're going to have Regan warmed up to pitch in the top of the 7th. So we're going to visit the mound. You know, Hamilton says he feels great. I've got Regan warming up. And Hamilton now is going to face Boswell with 1 out, 1 man on. Here's a full count pitch to Boswell. And a liner past the shortstop into center field. Is the run going to score? Yes. The throw comes home from Gar. The runner slides and he is safe. And now the Mets have taken a 2-1 lead in the top of the 7th inning. So Boswell with the RBI single brings up Shamsky with 1 out and a runner on first. So this is going to be the last batter that Hamilton faces. No matter what happens, he's either going to get the double play and end the inning, or I'm going to bring in Regan to face Jones. So let's see. Hamilton now working with a 2-1 count. Here is the pitch, and a liner into left field. This time Billy Williams coming in. He plays on the hop, and that's going to be a single as Shamsky stops at first, and now Regan will be brought in. So we're going to double switch this. Regan is going to come in. He is going to bat in the number 7 spot, and Willie Smith is going to be the new first baseman. Yep, Willie Smith is going to be the new first baseman, and he'll bat second in the bottom of the 7th inning. So now Regan facing Jones with 1 out, 2 men on. Here's a 1-2 pitch from Phil Regan. He's looking for the sign. And here it comes. And a pop up to left. Billy Williams heading over. Gar calling him off. He'll make the catch for out number 2. Otis now the batter with 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Regan trying to work his way out of this inning. Here's a 1-2 count. And there is a pop up to center. Gar coming in fast on the run. He'll make the catch to end the inning. So the Mets score again. They take a 2-1 lead into the bottom of the 7th. You know, the Cubs have had no shortage of base runners in this game, but they got to drive somebody in. Kessinger facing McAndrew in the bottom of the 7th inning. McAndrew on 88 pitches. He's thrown 6 innings of 6-hit, 1-run baseball. Here's a full count pitch to Kessinger, and that's a liner into right. However, the right fielder, Otis, will make the catch for out number 1. Smith now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. 2-2 pitch to Willie Smith. And he's going to pop it up to center. That's deep. The center fielder going back. and he's going to make the catch right in front of the ivy for out number 2. So Willie Smith gave it a ride, but it was just a little bit short, and now Gar is the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Gar waiting for the pitch, a grounder to short. Thrown over to first, and that is thrown away. Gar is going to advance to second as the ball rolls over toward the dugout. So a gift with 2 outs. Gar is now on second, and Beckert is the batter. Cubs looking to tie this game up in the bottom of the 7th inning. Let's see if they can capitalize on the New York miscue. Beckert waiting for the 3-1 pitch, and he lines that one into right field. That's going to be a base hit. Gar rounding third, coming home. The throw comes home. Gar is safe, and the Cubs have tied the game 2-2. Bottom of the 7th inning, big base hit for Glenn Beckert there, an RBI single, knotting this game up at 2, and now Billy Williams is the batter with 2 outs and the runner on first. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Billy Williams, and he's going to ground that one to first. Shamsky has it, steps on the base, and that will end the inning. We go to the top of the 8th. It's a 2-2 ball game. Regan facing Harrelson here in the top of the 8th inning. He's going to work his 2nd inning here in the top of the 8th. 1-1 count. Regan looking for the sign. Here is the pitch. And a grounder towards second. Beckert picks it up, throws over to first. That is out number 1. Jerry Grote now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Here's the first pitch from Regan. And a liner up the middle. That'll be a 1-out single. So Grote standing on first. And that will be a base hit for Grote as Heiss comes up. 1 out, 1 man on. Regan working with a 1-strike count. Here is the pitch. And a grounder towards short. Kessinger to Beckert, and it's thrown away. The Cubs defense making another error. And now the 4th error of the season for Kessinger at shortstop. Grote is safe at second. That should have been an inning-ending double play. Now Regan is going to face Larry Fritz, who is pinch hitting for the pitcher's spot here in the top of the 8th inning. Fritz, 1 for 10 on the season, coming up with the go-ahead run on second. Full count pitch. Regan looking for the sign. Here it comes. Popped up to center, coming in fast. That's going to drop in for a base hit. The throw comes back in quickly. Gar getting the ball back into the cutoff man, preventing the run from scoring. So the Mets now have the bases loaded on a bloop single to center field, and Tommy Agee is the batter as the Mets have turned their lineup over. Agee facing Regan with 1 out and the bases loaded in a tie ball game in the top of the 8th inning. 1-2 is the count. Cubs have the infield in, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. Regan, man, he needed that punch out. He gets him with a slider. So now the infield can play back. Boswell is the batter with 2 outs and the bases still loaded in the top of the 8th inning. Regan really laboring to get through this inning. Here's a 1-1 count. And a grounder back toward the mound. Regan has it. Throws over to first, and that ends the inning. So, the Cubs escape the jam. The Mets leave the bases loaded. We're going to the bottom of the 8th of a 2-2 tie. And now, we really can't leave Regan out there to throw another inning. He's already thrown 2 innings in this game. I believe he's at 40 pitches. So Archie Reynolds is going to be brought in. Archie Reynolds, gosh, I just don't necessarily like any of these options in the bullpen, but Reynolds is going to have to be the man. So the Mets bring in their closer, Tug McGraw. He has thrown 9 2/3 innings, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts, and a 2.79 ERA. He's going to face Santo, Hundley, and Blomberg here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Full count. Santo waiting for the pitch. And McGraw delivers. And that is outside for ball 4. So Ron Santo draws the walk here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And I believe that we are going to look at a pinch runner for Ron Santo, because I love Santo to death, but he is slower than dirt. And so because of that, yeah, you don't play third base, Leteski. Montreal, you play third base. you're faster. You're actually 3 times faster than Santo. However, the pinch runner that I really like using is Blatt. So maybe there's going to be some kind of a triple or quadruple switch here in the next inning. I don't know. But Blatt is now on first, representing the go-ahead run in the bottom of the 8th inning. Hundley the batter, McGraw on the mound. Hundley is 2 for 2 today, and we're going to be looking to do a run and hit off McGraw here on the first pitch. Blatt, the pinch runner, standing on first. Oh, and the throw goes over to first. Blatt dives back safely. And now we're going to try the run and hit again. Here is the pitch. And that is outside. The throw goes down, and the runner is gunned down at second. Blatt is thrown out as Grote throws out his third base run of the season. So now Hundley facing McGraw with 1 out, nobody on. Here's a full count pitch to Hundley. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So the heat goes down on the fastball, and that'll bring up Blomberg. Now 2 outs and nobody on. Here's a 2-0 pitch to Blomberg. And popped up to center. This is probably going to end the inning. Blomberg flies out to center, and that is going to be the 3rd out of the inning. So the Cubs do not score. We're going to the top of the 9th of a 2-2 ball game. Now, here's what's going to happen, because Blomberg's going to remain in the game. How are we going to do this? You're going to stay in. I guess what we will do is Archie Reynolds will come in, and he will bat 4th. And pitch. And then in the pitcher's spot, it's got to be Montreal. Yes. Montreal will be the pinch hitter, or the defensive replacement. He'll come in to play 3rd, and he'll actually lead off the next inning. So Reynolds, coming out to work for the Cubs, he has thrown 16 innings, walked 4, struck out 15, but allowed a .675 ERA. He's going to face Shamsky, Jones, and Otis here in the top of the 9th inning. Cubs trying to hold this game at a 2-2 tie. Here is the first pitch from Archie Reynolds. He's looking for the sign and the delivery. And a pop up to center. Gar on the run, making the catch for out number 1. Cleon Jones now the batter with 1 out and nobody on. Jones 1 for 4 today. Waiting for the 0-2 pitch, and he lines it into right field. That's going to be a single. So Cleon Jones on first with a single. And now Amos Otis the batter. Jones standing on first. We're going to throw over to first, and Jones is going to dive back safely. So now Reynolds facing Otis. Here's the next pitch and a pop-up to center. Gar chasing this one down. He's going to get there, calling off Blomberg to make the catch for out number 2. So now Reynolds facing Harrelson with 2 outs, and the runner still on first. Here's the first pitch, and the runner goes. The throw goes down to second, but it is late, and Jones steals his 2nd base of the season. So Reynolds now facing Harrelson with the go-ahead run in scoring position. Reynolds with the 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Harrelson swings and misses at the curveball. We're going to the bottom of the 9th. It's a 2-2 ball game. Montreal is going to lead off against McGraw here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Here's an 0-2 pitch. Montreal waiting, and that is strike 3 called. He racks up the strikeout with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Kessinger now the batter. He is 0 for 3 today, facing McGraw from the right side with an 0-1 count. Kessinger waiting for the pitch. And a pop-up to right. Going back as the right fielder toward the wall. He's going to make the catch for out number 2. And now Smith is the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Would this be a situation, I think, if we were to pinch hit, it would probably be with Burnett, and he can stay in the game and play first base. So we'll try to use the righty-lefty matchup to our advantage. Burnett's going to stay in the game to play first. He's going to pinch hit for Smith. So he'll come up from the right side against the lefty McGraw here in the bottom of the 9th inning. 2 outs, nobody on. Tie ball game, 1-1 count. Here comes the pitch. And a drive into the gap in right center field. Rounding first and heading for second is Burnett. He is going to have a 2-out double as he slides in safely. And the Cubs looking to put this one away in the 9th with the 2-out base hit. And that'll bring up Gar. 1 for 4 on the day. Gar facing McGraw with the winning run on second base. Here is the first pitch to Gar. And a pop up to left. Short left field coming in fast. The catch is going to be made to end the game, end the inning. So the Cubs strand a runner. We're going to the top of the 10th inning of a 2-2 ball game. Reynolds facing Grote here in the top of the 10th inning. He's going to face the 7, 8, and 9 batters in the Mets lineup. Full count Reynolds working with the pitch. And a pop up to center. Gar looks like he has a line on it. He's going to make the catch for out number 1. And now a pinch hitter is going to come up, Ed Kranepool, for the Mets. He is going to face Reynolds with 1 out and nobody on. Here's a 1-2 pitch. And a grounder back toward the mound. Reynolds has it, throws over to first. That is out number 2. And now another pinch hitter. This time the righty Ron Swoboda is going to pinch hit for the pitcher's spot in the top of the 10th inning. We are going to warm up a reliever just because I know that even if Reynolds gets through this inning, he's going to be pinch hit for in the next half inning. So Swoboda facing Reynolds with a 2-2 count. Reynolds looking for the sign, delivering, and there's a liner past second base into center field. That's a 2-out single for Swoboda. As he stops at first with a 2-out base hit, it'll bring up Tommy Agee. 2 outs, go ahead run on first. Here's a full count pitch to Agee. Reynolds delivers, and that is inside for ball 4. So Reynolds suddenly struggling with 2 outs in the inning. And now Decker is ready. Boswell is the batter. Reynolds has thrown 33 pitches already. I guess we probably just need to go to the bullpen right now. The problem is, I absolutely cannot afford for Decker to have to come up to bat. How are we going to do this? I think the best thing to do is actually going to be if I put Decker in the number 9 spot and he can pitch, and then Pat Bork will come in here to play first base and he'll bat third in the next half inning. Now, Decker is coming out of the bullpen. He has thrown 13 2/3 innings, 4 walks, 12 strikeouts, and a 5.27 ERA. He's facing Boswell with runners on first and second and 2 outs in the top of the 10th inning. 2-2 tie here at Wrigley. Here's a full count pitch. Decker looking for the sign and the delivery. And a swing and a check swing, strike 3. So Decker gets him with the sinker. And the Mets strand 2. They do not score. We're going to the bottom of the 10th. It is still a 2-2 ball game. Glenn Beckert leading off for the Cubs in the bottom of the 10th inning. They're going to send the 2, 3, and 4 batters up in the lineup. So Beckert facing Taylor. Ron Taylor has thrown 5 1/3 innings, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, and a .69 ERA. So Beckert leading off for the Cubs, waiting for the first pitch from Taylor here in the bottom of the 10th. And there's a grounder to first. Beckert grounds out as Shamsky picks it up, steps in the base. That'll be out number 1. Billy Williams now the batter with 1 out and nobody on. Taylor facing Williams with a 1-ball count. Billy Williams waiting for the pitch. And there's a liner into center field. That'll be a base hit. Williams with the 1-out single is going to stop at first. And now Bork is the batter with 1 out, 1 man on. Pat Bork facing Taylor with the winning run on first here in the bottom of the 10th inning. He is going to swing away at the first pitch, and he'll ground it over to second. The throw to short, but there's no relay to first as Billy Williams breaks up the double play. So Bork safe on first on the fielder's choice, bringing up Randy Hundley. Winning run now on first and 2 outs in the bottom of the 10th inning. Hundley waiting for the 3-1 pitch. And there's a drive in right center field and a diving play. Amos Otis probably just saved the game. So the Cubs do not score. Man, Hundley hit that one hard into the gap in right center field, but the run was not driven in. The out was recorded. We're going to the top of the 11th of a 2-2 ball game. Decker now facing Art Shamsky to lead off for the Mets in the top of the 11th. Here's a 1-1 count. Decker looking to deliver the pitch. Here it comes. And a liner over the first baseman's head into right field. That's going to be a leadoff single. Blomberg cuts it off before it gets down into the corner. And now Cleon Jones is the batter with nobody out and a runner on first. Jones 2 for 5 today, waiting for the first pitch from Decker. And a drive into the gap in left center field. That's going all the way to the wall. Gar chases it down. He gets it back into the cutoff man. The throw goes to second. However, Cleon Jones is safe. Shamsky goes all the way to third. And now Amos Otis is the batter. With nobody out, runners on second and third. And Amos Otis is going to be intentionally walked because, quite frankly, if he scores, it doesn't really matter. So the Cubs bringing the infield in. The bases are going to be loaded, setting up the force at any base, and now Harrelson is the batter. With nobody out, the bases loaded in a tie ball game in the top of the 11th inning. Decker looking for the sign. Here's the pitch. And a liner into left field. Billy Williams cuts it off, but that's going to drive in a run. The Mets take a 3-2 lead in the top of the 11th inning on a RBI single for Harrelson. So Decker gives up the lead, and now Jerry Grote is the batter. Still nobody out. Bases still loaded. And here is the first pitch to Jerry Grote. Infield still drawn in. Grounder to short. The throw comes home. The relay to first. There is no relay to first. Well, the run is cut down at home. So the bases are still loaded, and now there's 1 out. And Decker is going to face the Mets third baseman, Jack Tracy, here in the top of the 11th inning with 1 out and a 1-ball count. Infield still drawn in. Decker delivering. Grounder to short. The throw comes home again. There's again no relay to first. However, the Cubs, bringing the infield in, have cut down 2 consecutive runners at home. So good defense by the infield. And now McFarland is the batter. He's pinch hitting for the pitcher's spot here in the top of the 11th. With 2 out, bases still loaded. Decker working to Orlando McFarland in the top of the 11th inning. Here's a 2-2 count. And a liner over the first baseman's head into right field. That's going to drive in 2 runs. The throw comes home. It is late, and the Mets score twice and take a 5-2 lead as the pinch hitter McFarland gets a 2-run RBI single. So now Tommy Agee is the batter. He's facing Decker with 2 outs and 2 men on in the top of the 11th inning. Decker working, and that one gets away. Rolls all the way to the backstop, so the runners are going to advance to second and third. And now Agee facing Decker with a 2-0 count. And that's another wild pitch. Decker is losing it here in the 11th inning. Another run scores. It's now 6-2 in favor of the Mets. And the next runner advances to third. Agee now facing Decker with a full count. Decker looking for the sign. Here's the pitch. And that is ball 4. So Decker issues the walk. And this inning is just unraveling for the Cubs. Decker now facing Boswell with 2 outs and runners on the corners. 1 strike count. Decker looking for the sign. Here's the pitch. And a liner into the gap in left center field. Gar with a long run. He makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. The Mets score 4 times, taking a 6-2 lead into the bottom of the 11th inning. And now Cal Kuntz is going to be the new pitcher for the Mets. He's thrown 5 innings, allowed 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, and a 1.80 ERA. So he's going to face Blomberg, Montreal, and Kessinger here in the bottom of the 11th inning. 2-2 count. Blomberg waiting for the pitch from Kuntz. And here it comes. And a grounder towards short. Picked up, thrown over to first. That is out number 1. And now Montreal, the batter, with Kuntz still pitching to 1-2 count. Montreal waiting for the pitch. And that is strike 3 called. So the Cubs down to their final out, sending Don Kessinger up to the plate. 2 outs, nobody on. 3-0 is the count as Kessinger waiting for the pitch. And that is inside for ball 4. So Kessinger draws the walk. And now Decker is the batter. We're going to warm up Dick Selma just on the off chance that we would actually tie this ball game. And Mike Leteski is going to be sent up to pinch hit for the pitcher's spot. So Leteski facing Kuntz with 2 outs and 1 man on in the bottom of the 11th inning. Here's a 1-strike pitch, and Leteski lines that one into left field for a single. So the Cubs suddenly have a little something going here with 2 outs and 2 men on in the bottom of the 11th inning. And now Gar is the batter. Gar facing Kuntz, runners on first and second. Is Kessinger, does he have any speed at all? Leteski, he has, I don't know. Well, let's see what happens. 2 outs, 2 men on, 1-strike count. Gar waiting for the pitch from Kuntz. And he lines that one into right. I believe that is going to be caught, and that is going to end the game. So the Cubs lose in extras 6-2 to the Mets. The Mets get 6 runs on 16 hits with 1 error. The Cubs 2 runs on 10 hits with 2 errors. The Cubs, well, the player of the game is the Mets' Jim McAndrew. 7 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. The Cubs, Ferguson Jenkins went 5 2/3, 5 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. However, Joe Decker suffers the loss as he gave up 4 runs in the 11th and allowed the Mets to take the lead, which they ultimately held. Honorable mention for the Cubs here today is definitely going to be Randy Hundley, 2 for 4 with a run scored. And the Cubs now dropping to 10-16 as the Mets improve to 12-14. So thank you for watching 1969 baseball.